Hey guys, what's up? Alright, so before we get started, quick update. Um, I had to restart the game because of the new Breaking Ground installation. I noticed that the little encounters that you have on the ground, like on the surface, weren't populating, and so I had to restart the game. Good news is we don't have to start from scratch. I transferred all the ships that we made from our save over to the new game. So there's that. So we're gonna start our game off right with the tradition around here with our Sputnik probe. And basically what I use the Sputnik probe is to, as we zoom up here, kind of show what's going on inside of it. But I use the Sputnik probe to create that line, imaginary line around Kerbin and in orbit to indicate where the atmosphere begins and the atmosphere ends. So that's what we're gonna do as our first one. Look at all those cute little people running around. Yes, look at them. All those Kerbals. Maybe we can zoom up on one. I don't think I can though. There you go. It's about as close as I can get. Alright, so we're launching the Sputnik probe first. So let's get that going. Loading. There we go. Turn on the SAS. And then we need a countdown. So let's see. 10, 9, 3, 2, 1. Ah, I did it wrong. Hold on. No. How embarrassing. What a horrible start. Let's see. Let's go back to assembly. I just realized I love them. Heart emojis. Let's see. I just realized I need to do something real quick. I need to make sure we grabbed our missions. So we can get money. Active. Yeah, we grabbed them. We're good. Okay, let's go back to the assembly. And there we go. Okay, launch this thing. This time we'll make sure all the staging is correct. Apparently I thought, I don't know why, I should have checked. This needs to go down one. There we go. Now we can launch it. So 10, 9, 3, 2, 1. Bam. Much better. How embarrassing. Oh, I forgot how precise this rocket actually is. It has no issues turning. Okay. Here goes the first stage. Launching the second stage. And this thing moves quick. It is very fast. Oh, and that's about as high as I want it to go. We've already surpassed what we wanted. Alright. Look at that fairing. It is glowing red hot. Okay, dump the fairing. We don't need it. Now let's start working on our maneuvers. Add maneuver at the Apple apps. Look how clean everything looks. There's nothing in space. This is the first thing that's getting out into space. If you notice in the last couple of saves, there were just CubeSats everywhere. As far as the eye could see. Alright. I think that's good. So let's move over. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. The Sputnik satellite doesn't have any, or at least it doesn't have very good automated control, so we're gonna have to manually drive this thing. That's fine. I guess we can manually drive it. Basically means there's no autopilot. No autopilot. That's alright, it's alright. I just enjoy being lazy more. Alright. And the middle stage will be gone here in just a second. Goodbye, middle stage. And how are we doing with our circularization? Alright. So I may have just a little bit more fuel to circularize. Oh, it's gonna be tough though. 40-second burn. Can he pull it off? I think it can. Plus we have an ion engine as the final backup. So let's extend these solar panels now. We're no longer in the atmosphere, so we can do that. Otherwise, it will just rip these things apart. Okay, how are we looking? Just keep it on a prograde, if you will. Sputnik. That would be fantabulous. And close enough. So it wasn't perfect, but it did get into orbit. Now the next part of the Sputnik mission, as tradition dictates, is to see how close to the atmosphere we can make this. We have to go to the periaps to kind of give us our idea. If we can warp. There we go. Let's warp ahead. Look how clean it is. Look, there's like nothing in there. It's just plain old Sputnik all by him's lonesome. Alright. So how close are we to the atmosphere? So far I don't see this little indicator moving, so that tells me that we haven't gotten close yet. So let's lower the apoaps. There we go. Okay, that looks good. Actually, it's not good. What am I saying? We gotta flip these nodes. So this is now the apoaps. At least or at least in the vicinity. Ooh, it's close. I think that's good though. That's what we want. So we're gonna warp ahead. We're gonna keep an eye on this. If as soon as this starts to move, we know we don't want to go any lower than that. And that is how we get our atmosphere line. Our imaginary atmosphere line. Let's see here. Okay. I don't see it moving yet. Nope. Okay. So we're gonna do a little bit more retrograde. Just a tiny bit. I'll probably just let the... Oh, there we go. The nodes just swapped. Alrighty. I think that's good. So we're gonna warp around again. Go forward in time. We're moving pretty quick. We're rotating all the way around the planet every... Looks like every 20 minutes. Which is pretty fast. And the tighter we make the orbit, the faster we'll move. Let's see. How are we doing with the indicator? It looks like it's still not moving. That's okay. We're almost out of fuel though. Which we might have to we may have to dump this here in a little bit. Which is fine. There's still monopropellant in this I can use, I guess, to help propel. Use that monopropellant. I'm not sure how much it actually affects the orbit, because it is somewhat heavy. But it is lowering the... Alright, let's see. It's pretty low. So we're gonna warp around some more. Oh! Okay, that's what we wanted. So let's flip around. Raise our apoaps just a bit. Okay. So we flipped it. So this is about as low as we want. Any lower, and then we're gonna probably have a problem. So what I'm doing now is I'm putting the periapts right here in front of us, so we don't drop further than we already are. At least not too much. So we're skimming it. You can basically stick your hand out the window of the spacecraft if there were windows, and you could touch the atmosphere with your fingertips. Kind of like if you were out boating and you put your hand in the water. So it's basically what we're doing right now. And I think I'm okay with this. So if we flip around again, because once we get to the periops, that's the lowest point of our orbit. So what I'm going to do, yeah, all right. So now at this point, we're just gonna start raising our altitude just a tad. When I get to the Apple apps, I'm going to raise, um, I'm gonna raise our altitude just a tad bit on the periapts, just so we're not slowing down, because at this point it's not a stable orbit, and the reason is because it did go into the atmosphere just a little bit, like we're talking like particles. It will eventually slow down the satellite to the point that it will fall back to the Earth, so it's not stable just because of the resistance in the air. But it's like a slow thing, so it's one of those things where it just if you have ever heard the term death by a thousand cuts, it's kind of like that, where it's just one particle at a time hits your craft and it slows it down. So eventually it would fall back into the planet. So let's not do that. In fact, what we could do, add a maneuver, we can try to do a little bit of a radial. That would allow us, probably at the half point would be best. There we go. So it shifts the periapts a little bit more, gives us a little bit of breathing room, but lowers our apoapse a bit. And I think that's what we want. That's what we want right there. So we'll just shoot ahead, add maneuver or warp here, excuse me. And there we go. So we want the radial in. And let's do a very soft burn. Just a low-key burn, you know. I think that's perfect. That's good. Alright, so we got a Sputnik probe in space, doing its job. And let's see, what's this one? Recover or transmit any science. Oh, is there a science node up here? Is that even an equipped one? I did not. Oh, there's a temperature gauge. There we go. They don't know what the temperature in space is. Uh, so we gotta find out. So basically it says temperature scan while in space near Kerbin. Click it and record the temperature data from the environment. Yes. So we'll send that back. Alright. And that should complete our missions for... Yep, there it is. All 4 of them. Basically it was orbit Kerbin, escape the atmosphere, launch our first vessel, and gather scientific data. So, we did it. We did it. Those are easy ones. Those are the first missions that you come across, so. Oops, so we'll face this in a prograde direction. Still a little bit of fuel, so we'll just keep this last stage on here, just in case we need it. I am going to extend this antenna for a better signal, so there we go. Here's our little probe. Woo! And alright, so now let's get to the next bit of business. Back to the Space Center. And we're gonna grab our next bit of rocketry. So let's do new, open. Let's see. We need, was it the crybaby? No, no. Probably the CubeSats might be our next order of business. If not, then might be the. Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking about the moon landing. Should we do a moon landing? Load this up. I believe this is an Apollo style moon landing or moon lander. Yeah, it is. Now it definitely has the power to get back, but if I remember correctly last time, it had an issue standing straight up on a steep slope. So we gotta find a spot on the moon that's very flat, or just flat enough. Otherwise, we'll get stuck. So, alright, so you know what? Let's just do it. Let's launch it up. Hopefully nobody dies in this. We need oh, I remember last time. Last time we did not have a pilot on board the capsule. I had a scientist here, so let's put the scientist there. What else? What else is there? There needs to be space for them to land or get back into the capsule, so we can't add an engineer to this bottom or this final stage here. Because it only fits 2. Basically Apollo style. One person stays in orbit, the other 2 go to the surface. So, let's do that. I think we're good. Oh, but I do want to do something to this. Last time. Oh, I guess if you move over. Oh no, I know I did wrong. Okay, so. Oh my goodness. All right. I want some kind of automated control on this one. Because last time it got stuck in orbit around the moon, and I couldn't get rid of it. Oh, chat just turned off. Now I can't see you guys. All right. Chat's back on. We're good. How's it going? Alright. So, also, I would low-key want to change the fairing design just a bit. Just a bit. Alright, I think we're ready. So, let's send this to the moon. I think we're ready. Yeah, let's do it. Launch it. How's the chat? Can I see it? Is it back? It's low-key struggling right now. Oh, jeez. Alright. I don't know why, though. So, I think we're ready. Let's just launch it up. It's got a beefy first stage, so it's gonna rise fast. Alrighty. This is the gravity turn that we're making. Check on our trajectory. It's going over the little Sputnik line that we created. And we can probably start turning sharper. The atmosphere is thinner now. Okay, dump the first stage. That is quite the apoapse. Let's see, where's the mun at? It's over there. So what we can do, we can use this big old arc or arch to our advantage. So we'll make a prograde indicator. I can see that we're tilted a little bit. That's okay. Easily fixed. There we go. I'm gonna fix the radial just a little bit. There we go. And then bring it back in. What I'm gonna do is just let us kind of come around again, and then we'll just raise our arch and just meet the mun. Probably like around here. It's pretty easy to eyeball the mun. I mean, we can set it as our target if we want, but I already know it's gonna be right there by the time we zip around. So let's do our maneuver node, and let's just warp ahead. Maybe like right there. Okay. And we'll just let this maneuver node catch up with itself. As soon as it does that, then we're good to burn again. Or at least to warp without having the nav ball going a little crazy and all over the place, so. Oh, and while we're doing that, we can dump this fairing. We don't need that anymore. Fairing is not needed. We are going to have to extend our solar panels to keep the charge going, because we just used power from the reaction wheels. And they do use the batteries, so. And if the battery goes out, you have no more reaction wheels, and then you're just kind of stuck pointing one way, so. So 10 seconds. I like to burn like maybe 5 to 7 seconds before, excuse me, before the actual node, just because it makes it a little bit more accurate. Alright. Why does our... Hold on. What happened to our... What happened to our node here? Did I mess it up? Add a maneuver. Prograde. Interesting. I don't know how I did that. Let's try this again. Low-key fix the orbit. I guess I clicked it and I just didn't realize I clicked it and messed up the planned trajectory. I don't know. Alright. So we'll start burning again. Middle stage is looking good. We still have a lot of fuel for the middle stage. So it definitely helps when starting a new game. You just transfer all your ships over from the last one. Don't have to spend as much time building. You can just go straight into flying stuff around. Alright, that's good. Now we can start working on our mun encounter. So it's right there. So probably by the time we come around again, the mun's probably going to be like somewhere right here. So we're just going to prograde. And I'm just going to kind of adjust our orbit. Look at that. Ooh. There we go. So now we got an encounter. Now we just gotta decide what encounter we want. I don't want to go in front of the moon, because then we're in a weird orbit that's kind of like against the flow of gravity, if that makes sense. So if you're turning one way and you're going against it, it's kind of like swimming upstream. So I don't want to do that, because then it's harder to circularize around the moon. If you just go around it this way in the direction that it's going, then it's much easier to circularize your orbit. In other words, it's fuel efficient to do it that way. Alright, so we're gonna get to our maneuver node here on the nav ball, and then we'll warp ahead. Because when you warp ahead, normally like all these other indicators here, they kind of shoot around and change a lot when you're warping, but the maneuver node stays in one place, and it stays in one place, so it's just convenient. So I just like to do it this way. If you notice how all these other ones are changing, maneuver node stays in one area, so it doesn't change. All right. Warp ahead. Get a little bit closer. There we go, 10 seconds. Let's just start burning now. That way our middle stage can take us to the moon. And might even help us, might be enough fuel in there to circularize too. That'd be nice. That just means more fuel for the return trip. See, here we go. We want to go ahead. Just like that. Alright. That looks good. And we're going to, maybe like right here, let's do the retrograde burns. That looks nice. That's what I want to see. So let's warp ahead again. This, in real time, would be a 3-hour trip, which would suck to have to wait through, but we're not going to do that. And this little guy is hauling to get there in 3 hours. That first stage got it going pretty quick. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna go for just a little bit more. Slow it down. There we go. 50 seconds, 30 seconds, 20 seconds. Alright, here we go. So there's the 10-second countdown. I like to, like I said, I like to go maybe 5 to 7 seconds before the node. Oh, shoot. We weren't on the node. Oh, we just messed up our orbit. Crap. Oh, no. That was a waste of fuel. So, basically, now our first stage is going to shoot off into the distance. Or our middle stage is going to do something weird. Oh, it's going to fall into Kerbin. That's fine. I'm okay with that, actually. But we need to circularize. Okay, come on. So mistakes were already made, as we do here in the Blue Nebula channel. Definitely messed up on that, but we can fix it. We just gotta bring that down just low enough. There should be enough delta V in this stage here to help us circularize, because that's what it's there for. This is the return trip back to Kerbin. So if we start using fuel from that, we did something wrong, which we already did. So come on. Here we go. Now we're starting to come down. That was expensive burn just because of that mistake we made. It's alright though. We can come back. 15 more seconds. Woo, we're probably going to use all of the fuel. Unfortunately, but what can you do? Alright. Hopefully we're circularized. There we go. Not ideal, but whatever. So next up is to... I don't know. Let's see. How much we got? We got a little bit. Not a lot. Trying to decide here if we want to go into an equatorial orbit or not, or just simply just make it a tighter orbit. I don't know. But I do think I want to land somewhere in the front here. One of these craters. So we'll go to the periaps, put a maneuver here, and put a retrograde burn. And I want a burn where it kind of just drops us straight on the moon. Like just straight down. So I don't want to worry about circularizing anymore or making the orbit perfect. I just want to land. And it's kind of hard to see, but I want to land somewhere in that big one, I think. Or, no, that one looks a little rough. So you see this bigger crater, and there's like a lot of little craters inside of it. That's what I want to land in. It's one of these smaller ones. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to go for like maybe this one right here. This looks like a decent one. Obviously we're gonna have to make some adjustments when we do that because everything is rotating and moving around. So this maneuver is gonna it's gonna change a lot. It's gonna change a lot because the ground's moving below us right now. So, and we're also moving as well. So as you can see, there it is. It's moving across the crater, so we're gonna have to readjust, and that is okay. Okay, so we'll cancel that. Let's see here. But I want a spot where we can still see Kerbin. In fact, you know what? Let's see here. Can we land in one of these other little pockets? So the more to the side that we land here, then you get Kerbin kind of out in the horizon. So maybe if we pick a spot, like maybe right here, one of these ones, in this little cluster, then maybe we can get a cool little place to land. So let's do that. And I'm gonna purposely overshoot it because that is just the smart thing to do. I know I like that crater. Let's land in that one. So we'll purposely overshoot it. Reason being is that when we hit retrograde to slow ourselves down, it will move this line over a little bit. And also it's gonna move anywho because well, like I said, everything's moving and rotating around, so it's gonna kind of work its way into that crater no matter what we do. So in fact, what I should have done is actually overshot it a lot. Should just move it way over. Like that. And then as we fall down, this will hopefully be in the right place. So, but I want to commit to this now. I don't want to push the node up any further. I just want to commit to it. So let's go forward just a tad, because that's the crater I'm aiming for. Oh my goodness, this little thing keeps going to the screensaver and I can't see your comments. Let's try this again. Come on. It's hard to notice when it goes into the screensaver, so I'm not paying attention to it. It's like a subconscious thing, really. Alright, so... is that the crater that we were planning for? I don't even remember anymore. Let's just go. Looks like we're landing in this one. And we are going to use some of our fuel. Oh, you know what? Gosh, I'm an idiot. This is an Apollo-style mission, not a... Looks like we're gonna have to go back. Gosh, darn it. Alright. Because now we just used our fuel on this stage. Blah, blah, blah. Let's decouple that. And we're gonna have to go prograde, to be honest with you. Because now we're gonna crash. And we don't want to crash the Apollo-style probe. So... Oh! And we just hit that too. Gosh. Blunders. Lots of blunders on this mission. As expected, I suppose. You know what? I almost just want to start this one over. There's too many mistakes. You know what? No, we can still salvage this one. What we got? We still have most of the fuel. No, we're alright. What we might have to do then... Where's the periaps at? Alright. So as you can see here, it drops down pretty low. We might have to just land on this side instead. So that's what we're going to do. So I need to remember to break off from here first. So decouple. Hopefully this, no, it's F5 this before we make any more commitments. There we go. And we're gonna go to docking mode. Just slowly move away from that. Okay. So now that we're separated, almost, my voice cracked there. Anyway, now that we're separated, let's just pick a spot to land. And I think I want one of these craters here. It looks decent enough. I don't see why not one of these craters. So should give us a nice view of Kerbin in the horizon. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good with that. So let's make sure we're on the maneuver node. I gotta remember that there are no reaction wheels on this thing. So everything I do from here on out has to be a manually driven. So let's push that ahead some more. I think that's the... I believe that's the one that we were aiming for, right? 26 second burn, alright. It's not too bad. And I'm just trying to adjust. And also like take into account that we are moving and the moon is rotating below us. So that's what I want to do. We will eventually kind of fall into that spot just a little bit, but just low-key freaking out. You know, the maneuver node is getting pretty close. And we gotta commit here in just a second, so. Alright. Let's start our burn. Not the most stable craft I've ever made, huh? Ooh. Keep it stable. Stay stable. Okay. Ah! Okay, so we're a little off course. And we spun ourselves in a weird direction. So let's get control of our craft. Whew. Bit of a nail biter there. Alright. I don't know how much monopropellant we got. So we used about a fifth of it. We are not landing where I want to, so we're going to fall somewhere. Okay. We can try to do a radial burn, maybe? Radial in. Well, the crater I wanted to land in is not really an option anymore. But we can try to land over there. It's just that we used most of our fuel, so I don't know. We're gonna land on a little hill there, and that's gonna suck. We could... You know what? I just saw... I see the smaller crater right there. So, right there, you see that? There's a little one. You can try to land on that. Oh. Okay, in fact, let's just purposely overshoot that. And maneuver node. Quick, quick, quick. Oh, we're losing time. Oh no. Okay. Just adjust. There we go. That's enough. How are we doing on the fuel? So basically, all the fuel that we have needs to be used to slow ourselves down on the descent. Otherwise, we fall to our deaths. Okay. That all looks good. Let's just go to a retrograde. Okay. Whew, we are moving fast. Look at that. Very fast, very quick. We gotta bring that down to like 10. Otherwise, we're gonna hit the ground too hard. Okay. I think we're gonna be okay. Oh, you know what? This is not a bad area too to land. So we did good. Ah! Turn the RCS off. Whew, we're bouncing. Ooh. Okay, next time I gotta remember to lock these the gimbals. The gimbals were kind of problematic. They were overcorrecting. Okay, we did it. So let's F5. Extend that ladder. Very good. Let's get crew report. Okay, send that back. Let's also extend these antennas. Alrighty then. Got a little bit of science. Let's get our pilot. Whew. I'm assuming these legs are not just very good because there you go. Oh, this is a good time to check out our new new stuff that came with the DLC. Look at their sweet suits. Sweet suits. All right. Let's plant that flag. Let's get an EVA report. Looks good. Let's deploy that flag. Great job, Jeb. Sporting the Blue Nebula Studio logo. Alright, so one small step for Kerbals. One giant leap, ... for Jeb. Alright. Great work, Jeb. Excellent flying. So let's see, let's grab a surface sample. Okay. And I'm sure Let's see here. I'm sure Bob wants to see the surface as well, so we'll do another EVA. Don't shake the lander. Just be careful with it. Oh my gosh. I said be careful. And there we go. Nice new saves. Fresh start. Turn on your lights. And there you go. Take a screenshot. And yeah. Get them all back in. And let's see, what was the jetpack button? That's what it was. I feel like climbing up the ladder might be slightly hazardous, so we're just gonna... No! No, jetpack might even be more hazardous. You know what, Bob? Just climb up the ladder like normal. It is on a bit of a slope, but not as bad as the last time we did this. Alright, so let's board it. Jeb, you're next. Alright. Great work. I think what I'm gonna do, so let's board that. We can use our lander with the legs and use that to go straight up, because there is a little bit of fuel still in it, so we can do it. It'll save us a little fuel in the final stage there. So I kind of want to try it. Should we try it? Let's try it. I'm gonna change up the staging a bit there too. So let's do it. We're going to... Oh! Let's go to our pro grade. Hurry up. And let's, we're kind of... Oh my gosh, you guys. Pro grade, quick! Oh! We gotta fly upward, man. There we go. That was a close one. Whew! Alright, so we got a little bit of a rise there. Jeez Louise. I never seem to be able to get our ascents right, so we're gonna have to do some adjusting. A lot of adjusting. Oh boy. Oh boy. Because we have to at least try to match our lander there. The other guy that's floating around us. Okay. Let's just circularize. We'll figure it out here in a second. So we'll do this. What are you doing? Oh, were we out of monopropellant? You guys! I think we're boned. Yeah, there's no way we can fix this. So shut down these engines. Try to save some fuel. And just very casually use this one to get control of our ship. Come on. Use the gimbal. Use the gimbal. Ah, okay. Alright. We just need to circularize in the correct in the correct direction. It's 54 seconds. It says that we should have enough fuel to do what we're doing here. So we're just gonna not change anything. So we're not gonna use these other little boosters that we got. So we're just gonna leave those dormant. However, I am pretty confident we are gonna be close to no fuel by the time this is done. So, oh well. Mistakes were made. Lessons learned. Moving on. However, those little boosters, though, they did save us. Otherwise, I don't think we would have escaped the moon's gravity. I think we would have fell back down because of that little tumble that we did. And there we go. So we should be circularized, and we are. In a totally different way than I was anticipating, but it works. We got a little fuel in this thing still. And there you go. There you have it. It is officially space junk, just floating around the moon. Let's grab our lander. We're going to switch to this now, because this guy is going to have to be the one that catches up with our little lunar probe there. So let's switch to that. Thankfully, we got a pilot in this time, because last time we did not. And that was tough. Flying with an engineer instead of the pilot. So, alright, how are we gonna do this? So we need to kind of match this target as the target. We need to match their orbit a bit. So what I think what I'm gonna do is when we get to this spot, we're just gonna retrograde this. We have to do really cheap burns, like cheap. Like dollar store cheap. Because we need whatever fuel we have in this thing also has to get us back to Kerbin. And oh no, let's try to at least match what we got here. I'm trying to, you know what? Trying to resemble this as closely as possible. However, there we go. I was getting a little close to the surface of the moon there. It's not too bad. If we tilt it, I mean, we're not going to get it perfect. But it'll be pretty close. And that's fine by me, so. It's a 9-second burn, however, so it is a little pricey. I mean, we still got a lot of fuel, but like I said, all this fuel was supposed to be our return trip. If they can't catch up to this, then we might have to send something else to go rescue these guys. All right. But it's not too bad. I mean, look, we're pretty close. In fact, what if we do the target retrograde? That might be better, actually. Okay. So now that we're kind of circularized, just a little bit better, we can probably make a maneuver. Let's see if we can actually catch up to our little guy here with messing with these nodes. So if we do a radial, how do we do? We got those purple ones here that are catching up quite a bit. It's hard to really figure. It's hard to know. It's tough to figure these out sometimes for me. So let's see, add maneuver. Because if we do that, then the purple seems to do really well. We'll catch up to it on the other side of the moon. Okay. Oh, no, no. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So there's the orange. So I'm trying to get these orange ones to meet up. So it looks like we're gonna need a prograde. Some radial. Ooh. And I'm trying to bring this distance as small as possible. Right now I'm seeing 9.3 kilometers. Oh, there we go. So far as a 2-second burn, that's not bad. Okay. That's close. It's very close, but it's also... Oh my gosh. They are gonna have to jump onto a moving train. And, there we go. What is the actual 0.2 kilometers? That's very good. And we still got most of our fuel. Still enough to get us back. So we will meet up with it here, and then we'll retrograde relative to the target. So we'll do that then. And catch up with our poor crew that almost got themselves stuck on the moon yet again. Alright, where are we at? You can probably see it at this point. We can wave at them as they fly by if we mess this up. So we gotta wipe off 76 meters a second. That's not too bad. That's actually fairly cheap. Okay, so we're bringing this down to 0 so we can match our target's orbit. Very good. Almost to 0. So we'll just do nice small burns. And that's probably the closest we're going to get. So let's just do a new burn. Oh, you know what? Part of me wants to... Let's just fly toward our target very slowly. 10 meters a second should do it. We got a little bit of fuel. Let's make this more convenient because any more then it's going to be really hard. We're not going to be able to dock with it because the monopropellant ran out on this lander here, so it is out of fuel. I mean, it's got a little bit in the engine, but as far as monopropellant goes, we are out. So we are going to have to fly them over. Alright, so there's our target. Okay, set as target. There we go. That way we won't have any issues. So let's send our scientists first. Ooh, scientists, careful. Let go. Alright. I just noticed that getting out of that craft does mess up some of the trajectories and whatnot. So, ooh. There we go. Fly up toward our capsule. It's ghetto, but it works. So it didn't go as seamless as the actual Apollos. All right. Also, I just realized we need to send all that data. Yeah, we gotta send all this back. Because otherwise, we don't have anything. Okay, check our electric charge. It's almost out of battery, too. Done. Alright, cool. We did it. Alright, Jeb, get out of there. Let go of that thing before it kills us. And let's go find our ship. Oh, shoot. I don't see it. Where is it? It's over here. Poor Jeb. Where you at? Jeb. Where's our target? Here it is. We are a little bit far. Whatever. I got it selected, so we'll just start flying toward it. It's a little bit too far for comfort. I mean, at this point, you know, people can get they can get lost. Let's do an EVA report while we're on the moon. That'll be good. Okay. Yeah, because if ooh, we're going fast. We're going a little fast. Just a little bit. Slow down. Move forward. And we did it. So it's bored. My goodness, that was difficult. Can we send any information back? Do we have that? No, we don't have any of those abilities. Alright. All of that was left on the other lander. Fun, fun, fun. Well, at least we did it. We got everybody. Let's add a maneuver. Let's go back to Kerbin. Holy crap, that was perilous, to say the least. 7-second burns? Can we afford 7-second burns? I think we'll be okay. I just want to get a little bit more equatorial orbit. Is that the word I'm looking for? It's just so wonky because we need to get back to Kerbin. All right, so we're leaving the moon. 12-second burns. How much can we save? 11 seconds. I just need to escape the moon's gravity is all. Should be okay. I think I'm okay with that. So let's do that. We're gonna raise the Apple apps and leave the moon. So while they're here though, let's get a crew report of the moon, and then we can just take off. Warp ahead. And make sure the chat is working so I can see you guys. There we go. Alright, I think that's good enough. Let's just start burning. We should be okay. Alright. So let's escape the moon's influence. And once we do that, we'll do a retrograde relative to Kerbin. And we should fall right back to the planet just fine. Let's see here. I think we have enough fuel. I think we're okay on fuel. Yeah, we do. We just gotta be careful about it, is all. Now, because I don't want to miss our target. We're still not in it. I just want just enough where we're scraping across the atmosphere. I think that's good. I think we're good. Alright, so let's change to a maneuver node now. Okay. 7 minutes away, it says 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. 2 minutes. Okay, 40 seconds. Move them ahead. And burn. Should be enough fuel in here to get us back and also slow us down a little bit on our descent. So there we go. So we should be going across the sky. You can't see it, but this line's actually intersecting a little bit with the planet. So if I go up a little bit, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. In fact, I think I'm gonna go just a little bit more for good measure. There we go. So by the time so at this point we're literally free falling from space and into the planet. So we've slowed ourselves down so much that now we're just falling. Okay. That Sputnik line will let us know when the atmosphere begins. But see the speed? At this kind of speed, when you're entering back into the atmosphere, it can be lethal. Especially, oh my gosh, especially at 3,000. So we don't want to hit the atmosphere at that kind of a breakneck speed. So we're gonna use the remaining fuel to slow ourselves down. There we go. We're still moving a little quick. A little fast for my liking. And we're also gonna flip. And just kind of fling that away and use our ablator shields and pray that this will hold up. So let's F5 and just hope it doesn't kill our crew as we return back to the planet. How are we here? We'll be returning to the atmosphere real soon. Oh my gosh! I just thought about this. I just realized. Just realized there's no parachutes on this thing. Again, I did this last time too. Well, dadgum. I have an idea to save them though. If this thing slows down enough, we can do EVAs and parachutes, and hopefully I can save everyone that way. But this thing needs to slow down. We are moving quick. Oh, people are going unconscious. That's even worse. Jebediah, good job for not passing out. Oh my gosh. Alright, so once we get to... Oh boy, this is gonna be quick. Jeb. I think I'm gonna have you jump out last. Because you're a daredevil. Actually, they're passed out. Okay. Glima, you're gonna be... first. Okay, deploy your chute. Go back to the capsule. Bob, why are you... Okay. There you go. Deploy your chute. We can save everyone. We can do it. And Jeb, Deploy your chute. Alright. I'm hoping that everyone's okay. How are your chutes? Jebediah, you're the one. I hope your chute opens soon. So we got Gleamy and we got Bob up there. They're not slowing down. What if we do our EVA packs? No. Is it too late? We can't slow ourselves down? You guys! I don't think I can save them. This isn't slowing down. And I can't EVA. I can't use the... Oh, there we go. Perfect. Oh my gosh. That made me worried. Okay, you're good. That's space junk. What is that? That's what's falling down, right? What is this? Oh my goodness! Everybody stay calm. So Gleamy was next. Bob is higher. Oh my gosh, that makes me nervous. Gleamy! Get your chute together. Okay, good. Where's Bob? Bob's good. Gleamy's good. Jeb. We're all good. Good grief. So let's try to get everybody back to base. This is what happens when you forget parachutes, you guys. He's too cute to die. I can't believe I forgot parachutes a second time. At least we're gonna save everyone this time. Okay. So, Jeb, let's land you first. Who's that? Oh, that's just a anomaly. Okay. Alright, Jeb. You go down, nosedive, and then you come back up. Slow down. Because this is going to be a slow landing. Okay, there's Jeb. What's up, Jeb? Yes, they're all too cute to die. We're going to save them. And, alright. This looks good. This is a little more promising. Gleamy, oh no, Bob's going some other direction. I don't know where you're going, Bob. Go this way. Get back on track. There we go. Alright. Looks like Jeb just landed. Hopefully Jeb's alright. He looks okay. It won't let us select Jeb anymore. But it says he's down there. Ooh. Bob. Bob. Just come around. If you can land next to Jeb, that'd be cool. Oh. Jeb looks alright. Jeb looks fine. Oh. Jeb. Oh no! Oh my gosh, that looked rough. Gleamy. Jebediah, you're... I hope you're okay. It looked like he was passed out. Alright, turn around, Gleamy. She looks like she's doing alright. She's also coming in pretty quick, though. Come on. This is not the ideal, we're supposed to land with our spacecraft, not jumping out of it, so... So fast. Okay. Gleamy. You good? Okay, Jeb. Jeb's the only one that... Oh, you're okay. We did it! Everyone lived this time. It's just, it wasn't ideal. Someone's passed out, though. Who's passed out? No, we're all good. I did it. We're all alive. We're fine. Back to the tracking station. Let's go recover these guys. Not ideal landing, but they all survived. Where are they? They're clear on the other side of the world. Let's recover Jebediah. Get Bob. And Gleamy. Everyone's alive. We did it. Huzzah! But no one died this time. Nobody died. So, next up. Let's see here. So we did our moon landing. Let's see. We probably don't need this first Kerbal to orbit because we landed on the moon. So we can probably just delete that craft. I did. Well, off camera, I made this trailer to land on the moon. It's not meant to come back. It's meant to stay. So, because I want to make a moon camp tonight. So what we're gonna do, we're not gonna send Jeb or Bill. I think they've gone through enough. I want to send a pilot. Let's see. Let's send this. What's her name? Arwig. Arwig. Let's send you. And let's send a scientist. So let's send Sanford. And alright, so let's send Sanford. She can go. Actually, Asmore? Let's send Asmore. Why are they A's? Let's find someone further down the alphabet or something. Let's see. Hilsey. Oh no, she's a pilot. We need scientist. Nenai. Woo Death Trap. Woo Death Trap is rating. Hey man, thank you. Alright, so let's see. Nene Kerman. So we're getting Nene. Getting her on there. And there we go. Cool. That's what we're gonna send up. So they're gonna stay in the little moon camp. And let's see here. Woo Death Trap, hi friend. Hope you enjoyed the positive community I sent. Hey man, thank you very much. That's quite appreciated actually. How you guys doing? Alright, so we're gonna send a trailer over there. We're gonna have a little trailer park on the moon. See, Drek forever. Woohoo, I'm headed to the moon too soon. Only been playing like 3 weeks. Nice, man. 3 weeks. Yeah. Kerbal Space Program. I think it also took me about 3 weeks to get on the moon. I had to get used to landing without an atmosphere, which was the hard part. Let's see. Anytime, my dude, we got hit with a raid tonight, figured I'd spread the love. Thank you very much, with Death Trap. Starchface says hello. Hello! How you doing, man? I still can't land. Yeah, landing's tough. It's actually really hard. If you guys see what I'm gonna do here, I have a few tricks that I've developed, or whatever works for me, to land on the moon in a place with no atmosphere, so. But what I found, if you use the RCS, there's an option, or like in the building area, there's an RCS that's got a little bit more thrust than the normal thruster block. I like to use those to like slow down in that last little bit of moon landing. So here we go. I'm gonna dump our boosters now. I wish we can recover them, SpaceX style, but alas, we cannot, because then we would lose control of our rocket. We can only control one thing at a time, so. Let's see. Oh please, tell me everyone restarted when the DLC hit. You don't get the new biome thingies if you don't restart. Yeah, that's why I restarted, because I didn't, there were no bios, and I wanted to do the cool science stuff, so. That's why we're literally doing this over again. If you watched like the last stream, you'll notice that there were satellites all over Kerbin. It was kind of messy, to be honest, and we're gonna make it messy again because they're after this mission here. Max thrust, sup everyone. Of course we restarted. Yeah, we had to. Otherwise, we don't get the cool stuff. But if you guys are clever about it, you can go into your save files, into the actual folder. You can grab all your ships that you've built, and you can transfer them over to the new save. So you don't have to start from scratch. That's actually what I'm doing here. Because why start from scratch when you can just use all the ships that you built? Clever. This is clever thinking. Sometimes I'm smart, okay? Sometimes I'm not. Woo Death Trap. Oh, I just had to check. At Drek Forever, last comment made it sounded like it wasn't a norm. Yeah, it has to be a norm now. At this point, this guy gets it. And let's see. Hey, I heard a chime. Let me check. Jeffrey Lynn, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. So 15 seconds to our burn. I like to burn 5 seconds before the node. Because it seems like it makes it more accurate. And I did not burn 5 seconds before the node. Daggum. Alright, didn't realize it broke old games. Yeah, it does. Well that it wasn't bifunctional or whatever. Yeah, it just didn't make the biomes. That's basically it, but the game still ran fine. Max Thrust, what's up? How you doing? I'm doing great, man. Oh, you were talking to Drek Forever. My bad. Here I am, Indra, just butting into your conversation. How dare I? See, not bad. Working on my final stage for first one encounter, trying to get the science lab flying thingy. Flying thingy. That is the proper term. I approve. We're not professional like Scott Manley in this channel. We just wing it. Let's see here. Woo Deathtrap, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. And especially for the raid too. Much love. Much love. Thank you. Alright. So we're circularized around the mun. Dark Forever says lab. Yeah, I think we knew what you meant. The thingy, yeah. The lab thingy. Alright, so now that we have our periaps kind of facing the moon. Let's see, we're gonna... You can eyeball the moon pretty easy. And I'll just kind of show you... Scott Manley is God at KSP. Dude, yeah, he is. Scott Manley's the man. If we can all be just half the man that Scott Manley is. Alright, so... You see how the moon's right here? It's going in to the left direction. It's pretty easy to eyeball. You just raise your Apple apps, and bam! Look at that, moon encounter. Really easy. Let's see here. I heard another follow, but it's not updating. I don't see it. So, I apologize. I don't see your name, but whoever that was, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. Much love. All right. So, back to this. Feel free to chime up. Was me. Dark Forever, thank you very much. Thank you. Much love. I don't know why it didn't update on my little box there, but... Alright, so you see this? See how we're going on the right side of the moon? That's what we want. Basically, because if you go in front of it, you're going against the current of water, basically. It's like... It's just harder to burn. It's much better to go this way. Alright. YWYW. I suck at acronyms. You're gonna have to tell me what that means. I'm kind of old-fashioned in a lot of ways. You'll learn that about me. But I do play video games from time to time, so that's nice. You're welcome. Sorry. Oh, nice. No, don't be sorry, man. It's me. I'm the one that's like out of date or out of touch with the rest of the millennials like myself. Um, if you guys want to hear a story that you didn't want to hear, basically what happened is my dad was raised by his grandfather, my great grandfather, and so I kind of picked up a lot of mannerisms from a generation back. So I'm like a generation older than I should be. Old soul, if you will. There you go. Story that you guys didn't even ask for, and you got it anyway. And alright, so we're gonna approach our node here. Start our burn. And it's gonna take a second because this engine can only do so much. There's only so much thrust on it. But it'll get us there. And as you see here, this final stage, this is for our descent on the moon. This will help us slow down before we crash and burn and explode into a fiery explosion. Krista should live in the 1950s or something. Yeah, I really should. I should have died a long time ago of old age. But here I am, all the same. So, playing KSP. So at least there's that, okay? Oh, well, you guys, by the way, Krista is a friend of mine. You should all follow her too. She likes to play Monopoly. And right now she's doing this game called Call of Cthulhu. You should check her out. Spread the love. Alright, so we're going to the moon. And see, add maneuver. So we're gonna do a retrograde, right? Maybe right here at the periapse, because that's where your fuel is most efficient. And there we go. Nice little circle. I'm gonna keep it a little farther out than we did with the other lander, because in this case, this one's meant to like drop straight from above, just like straight down. That's what we're going for. Let's see. Hey, thanks for the plug. Heart emoji, smiley face, whatever it's called. You're welcome. Alright. So let's see. 12-second burn. We can do that. We have the fuel. I did realize I am going to be putting more space junk on the moon. You know what I'm going to do? Instead of putting space junk, let's just land. And we're just going to take this little thing with us. So, that's what we're going to do. I mean, there's no return trip with this craft. So I don't see why we need to circularize, if you know what I mean. So, let's just retrograde. Let's just retrograde to the bottom here. Use all the fuel. Just all of it. In fact, you know what I want to do, actually? I want to land. You see that crater right here? It kind of looks like there's a river or some kind of canyon that leads into another crater. I want to land in there. So we're going to do the big one, because then, if we land on it, well, and since the moon is tidally locked to the planet here, to Kerbin, aka Earth, or whatever you want to call it, because it's tidally locked, it's always going to have the same face of the moon always facing the planet. So it's not going to show another face to the planet. In other words, what I'm saying is, you'll have this Earthrise constantly on the horizon. And that's awesome. So, that's what I'm going to do. Alright. So, let's add a new maneuver. And we're just gonna free fall on that crater. So I'm just gonna eyeball this real quick, just real quick. More anti-normal burns right there, and that should do it. And I'm overshooting it on purpose. Reason being is that the moon is rotating, and so it will rotate underneath us, and which will change where we land. So, and then as we get closer, we'll be able to pick out a smaller crater inside the big crater. So, there you go. Let's warp ahead. And we'll start. Let's see. What engines do you use for the initial stage? In this one, I use the what's that called? Uh, and boosters, if you don't mind me asking. No problem, man. Um, the boosters, I think I used. Oh my goodness, I can't remember the names. I'll show you as soon as we land. But I like to use the really big ones with that. What's it called? It's the one that has like 4 vector engines attached to the bottom. So I like to use that one a lot. And then there's another engine that has like a big tank already attached to it. And also has 2 vector engines sticking out of it. I don't know what that engine is called. I wish I could remember. Sometimes also on that other, it's in the fuel tank section, but it's really big. And it has like 5 little connectors on the bottom. Sometimes I like to stick the Mastodon engines in there. That's my favorite engine, is the Mastodon. Let's see. I'm only a little ways in the research and development. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it's so you're doing the full-on career. That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I mean, it's a lot of work moving up the campaign, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never done it that way. I've always just kind of had all the progression and stuff done right off the bat, so I can just travel wherever I want to travel. That's kind of what I want to do. It's like I went through the science tree one time, and then I just didn't want to do it ever again. So I called it good. At that point, I was just like, let's just finish all the progression. I hope that answers your question. I don't have any names for the engines, like I said. I'm no Scott Manley, so I'm just Randy. Alright, so I'm going to bring it down just a bit. Not too much, though. I'm thinking one of these little craters... You see those 3... You probably can't see it very well, but there's 3 craters right there. I think I want to land on that bottom-most crater. So I think that's what we're going to do. See, no, it really helps. It does. I'm still learning. Huge amount to do. Yeah, it's a big learning curve. When I started playing KSP, I was like, this game is complicated. Like, it is hard. And then, like, there's still things I can't do with this game. Like, I still can't reach the outermost planets. I struggle trying to get the jewel still. Oh, that was all the fuel. That was all the fuel in that stage. Just dump this. We don't need that anymore. And push that stage away. So this is our final stage. Like I said, there's no return trip for this guy. This is supposed to be the beginnings of a space camp. So now I want to start landing on that crater right there. So I'm just gonna let this landing area drift a little bit so I can get a better idea of where we're actually gonna be. Whoops. Okay, so like I said, I'm purposely overshooting because this is going to change as we get closer to it. So I'm just making small little adjustments. And as soon as we land and get everybody onto the space camp on the moon, I'll show you the engines I like to use. So, for the first stage. Alright, so 3-second burn again. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, we should probably push that forward some more. like that. If we're gonna be real honest with ourselves of where we're gonna actually land. Okay. Made that little adjustment. Now let's warp a lot further ahead. There goes our little Apollo-style moon lander. What's up, moon lander? You almost killed my crew. See, that's what I was talking about. So that's where I want to be, but I know it's gonna drift to the left, so we're gonna make another adjustment. Because I want to be as close to the center as I can. And then we're gonna have to retrograde burn to slow ourselves down, and that will also change stuff, so it'll make it more of a straight down drop. Alright, so let's do this again. Alright. Let's warp ahead here. And we're a little high. So we're gonna bring that down. Another minor adjustment. And once we get past that node, we're gonna have to start thinking about our slowing down, because we're moving really fast. We're going 584 meters a second. We need to bring that down to 10. So, because I believe 10 is the magic number where you don't die when you touch the ground. 10 or 12, it's something like that, somewhere between that area. 13 is definitely bad. Don't do 13. You will die. All right. So now I'm trying to land on that spot. We're slowing ourselves down. At this point, we gotta think about slowing down a lot. Really think about slowing down. Oh boy. Okay. And that's good right there. We're gonna drift to the left a little bit, so I don't want to go completely over. And we're gonna be retrograding, and so that's gonna change it a bit. Fatal Jake. How about 0? 0 is a great number. However, if you hit 0 a little early, you will just float there in midair, and that's great and all. But if you're trying to land, gravity is going to win eventually. All right, so let's keep going down a little bit more. Okay, 0.1. Excellent. 0.1's a great number. I love 0.1. It will be slow, but it's foolproof, because you know you won't die. So we're going to keep slowing ourselves down. It looks good. Everything's looking good. So let's really slow down, like a lot. We're still going really fast. Alright. So now we're at 30 meters a second. And at this point, the map is kind of useless, so we're gonna have to eyeball the rest. Yo, change your land. At this point, it's a little late to change. But it looks like we're gonna land in a good spot. Hopefully, not too much of a slope. Okay, we're slowing down. A little bit more. Oop, that was a little too much. There's your 0. We almost hit it. See how we're kind of just hovering there? Eventually gravity will bring us back down. Alright. At this point, let's slow down. We do want a 0 for what I'm about to do here now. So check this out. Alright. We just launched that down to oblivion. That's satisfying. Alright. And we're going to do docking mode. I like to do docking mode more than just like the JKL buttons. For some reason, I just don't enjoy those buttons. I'm Samurai Cracker. Hi. How you doing, Samurai? What's up? Alright. So these are the RCS I was talking about that you can use to slow yourself down for the moon. Oh, this thing survived too. Lovely. Alright. So now we're successfully on the moon. With a big chunk of space junk right in front of us. Click it. What do you want me to click again? Alright, sometimes I'm dumb, so I need context every now and then. Alright, so let's open up these solar panels. Lower the ladder. Very good. And this is a good spot for a space moon camp, space camp, whatever. It's pretty flat, to be honest, but we're on a good spot, like on the top of this little hill. I like it. We did good. So, I'm good. You? I'm doing fantastic. And I'm waiting. Let's see. I heard a chime here. I have to apologize, but my little follower box is slow. So whoever followed me, thank you for the follow. Much love. Appreciate it. So anyway, we're gonna get out of here. Let's see. EVA. Pilot. Let's get her out of there. So she is going to be the captain of our new space camp. And we get to also see the new DLC. So let's come out here, out of the shadow of the spacecraft, because this is a solar panel. It was you. I'm Samurai Cracker. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Alright. So we set down our camp. Get these solar panels going. It's going to open back up. And then it's going to flip around. I think it's kind of weird, but I did a little bit of testing this morning. Oh, let's turn on our lights too. There we go. Grab this other one. Stick it in our inventory. And come back over here. Basically, this is the first lunar trailer park. That's what we're creating. Trailer neighborhood. Alright, so we go back in here, right click, and then we just place it. And I'm going to come back around over here. Now, I don't remember if I brought down an engineer or a scientist with this person. So, I'm hoping it's a scientist. So, how do you control RCS? So RCS, there's two ways you can do it. I like to, let's see here. Let me switch over to the spacecraft real quick so I can show you the better example. So for me, this is just me personally, but I like to go down here to the docking mode. So make sure you switch over from staging to docking mode, and then you click your RCS. And then from there, you can hit the WASD buttons. And then also, I believe you can hit Q and E. And let me think here. And shift. So in shift and control, also are kind of control your up and down. But you gotta get used to it because it took me a long time to figure it out. But anyway, yeah. So that's one way to do it. The other way is that you can still control it while you're in your staging mode here. If you have like your JKL buttons, you just hit those buttons and they always control the RCS. So there you go. I hope that helps. Oh, also, say hello to my cat. He just decided to hang out with us today. What's up? And his name's Lincoln. So, say hi to Lincoln. Hi, Lincoln. I have to let you down, though. There you go. Alright, thanks. Yeah, no problem, man. Appreciate it. Happy to help. I almost said appreciate it. I'm happy to help. Hello, cat. Alright, fine. I guess you're just gonna hang out with us, then. So, let's see here. I'm gonna place it. Let's see. L is the rotate. I think. I actually want this closer to the spacecraft. Let's do that. Then we'll just rotate it right here. All right. Bam. All right, cat. I love you too, but you gotta go. I can't play with you on my arm. Hi, Lincoln. Yep, his name's Lincoln. Alright. He's a good cat. Alright, we need the... Is it the Probodyne? It's the control station, I believe. To be honest, I don't even know how all this works just yet, because this is all brand new, like, brand new DLC stuff. So let's put that down right here. That looks good to me. And let's grab our power source. I grabbed a little bit of everything just to kind of test it out. Also, I wanted to run something by a few people. So if you read in the description, you'll probably, in my bio, you'll probably see that I'm a big Halo fan. So I wanted to do something Halo related with KSP. I wanted to make some ODSTs out of the Kerbals and make them drop, like maybe like on Mars or Duna or whatever. What do you guys think? Should we make some ODSTs in a future stream? Because I've been thinking about it and I think it would be way cool. Alright, let's see here. We're gonna rotate that, drop it. It's a little time consuming setting all this up, but it's kind of fun to be honest. It gives you more to do on the ground. And we also need to send a rover to this camp so they can go around and start exploring all this stuff. So I want to find some of the new things, and I did not add any. I didn't add any rovers to this payload, so this is kind of like the first dump of stuff. Alright, so this is what's in my inventory again? It's the solar panel, so let's put that by the other solar panel. Keep it neat and tidy. Okay, let's see, let's hit L. Rotate that. Alright, see. Fatal Jake 4 says, go into the craft and click the blue thing to the left of how high you are up and down instead of showing the sea level. Oh, here, yeah, no problem, man. There you go. It will show how high you are from the ground, so you'll never have to eyeball it again. True that. True that. Yeah, I forget to do that a lot. In fact, almost every single time. Like I said, I'm no Scott Manley. I am just me. I am just Randy. Alright, so let's see. Let's grab more stuff out of this. I am excited to see some of Scott Manley's videos, though, concerning this DLC, because I'm sure he's having a good time with it. I'm sure. Alright, so let's drop that. Almost done. I think we got like 2 left in here. Communications. Yep, let's get the communication thing. And I was gonna put it over here, but we got this massive piece of space junk just sitting there. All right, and there's fuel in this thing too, which makes this kind of funny to me. But what are you gonna do? It's like literally nothing. Oh, you know what? Let's push this out of the way. Can we do that? There we go. Because it's the moon and the gravity's low. Look at that. She's so strong. If I can make it roll, that'd be awesome, but I don't think the Separatrons were going to allow it. Oh, it flipped! Well, there it is. I made a crazy rover thing. Push it, yes! Yep, that's right. We're going to push it out of the way. It's light, so we should be able to still. There you go. I was hoping it would roll down the hill, because that would have been funny. But, alas, it did not. RCS. Oh yeah, let's try that. Alright. Oh, the RCS doesn't work. Good idea, though. Yeah, you just have to push it from the ground. Alright. Oh, you know what? Also, I did notice, but if you have your item in your inventory like this, you're a lot heavier. So, like, see how she jumps? I mean, yeah, it's low gravity still, but she'll jump a lot higher once we remove this out of the inventory. So the game takes into account still the weight of these of this equipment. There you go. So now let's see how high she jumps now. See, look at that. It's quite a bit higher. So there's weight to the equipment. So you gotta take that into account with whatever you're doing. So here's our seismometer. Let's put that over here. And just drop it. And then we're good. And that makes our first, that's our first camp. So I think we're good. So I hope we have a scientist in here. Let's take a look. Please be a scientist, yes. So I honestly, I have no idea how to work this. Also, we should also bug the devs. They should have different colors for these neon lights. I'm just saying. I love the orange, but I think they should have different colors, like blue, maybe. And green, and red, and yellow. Like all the colors. But that's just me. Maybe I'm just crazy. There is? Can you do that? Maybe I just missed it. Oh, I guess the scientists can't interact with these. Fatal Jake 4. Tell me your secrets. Tell me your secrets. Anyway. Alright. I think we're good. Yeah, this is our camp. Great job, everybody. We have a camp. I thought the scientists could interact with these, with the equipment here, so I'm not quite sure how to use it yet. It's still new to me. In fact, like, I just started learning how to do it today. So let's board, get everybody inside. Oh, also. See, Arwig. We need Arwig Kerman to mark the camp, because we need to know for future missions and supply drops where the camp actually is. So let's plant our flag here. See, Rocketology knows how. So you have to go into the game file. Oh, gotcha. Rocketology. And I'm assuming Rocketology is the name of the video or something, or the YouTuber, Twitch streamer. Let's see. Let's call this. What should we call the moon camp? Moon camp. No streamer. Okay, so just YouTuber then. I don't have any names for the moon camp, so I'm just gonna call it moon camp for now. If you guys have any better names, let me know. Moon camp number 1, maybe. Moon camp number 1. Let's see. Represent. Bam. All right. Let's take a sample, EVA report, and we'll get her back inside. More formal. MC1. Ooh. I like it. Let's go back here. Let's name this thing. Read plaque. Can we change it? Yeah, let's take it down. We're going to make a new flag. MC1 it is. Bam. So, MC1. And then description, we'll just call it Moon Camp 1. Moon Camp 1. Exclamation mark. And, yeah. Represent. Alright. First moon camp in Kerbal history. We're here to stay, as the NASA slogan goes. Alrighty. I'm actually pretty excited about that. 2024 is when they're going to get those astronauts on the moon. I'm super excited. Or maybe not on the moon, but at least just orbiting the moon. I guess that's what I should say. But yeah, I'm excited to see how they do that. Alright, so these guys are now situated in their little moon camp base. Yep, gateway. Gateway 2. Yeah, we need to make a gateway for this for this little trailer camp, because We kind of skipped the gun here, or jumped the gun, whatever you call it. Anyway, yeah, there's no gateway thing, so these guys are just kind of on their own right now. So let's go back to the Space Center. And, alright. So, I brought all my ships and my crafts and stuff that I've built, and the other save that we had. I want to show you guys the CubeSat mothership. Yes. Here's the rover getting air. Getting air? Is there like a video or something, or anyway? So, who had the question? Was it Drek Forever? Let me check here. About the... Yeah, it was Drek Forever. Drek Forever, if you're still there, this is the question that you had. What engines do I use for my first stage? So when I'm making a humongous payload, now this rocket's just stupid, okay? This is way over the top of what you need, because this is not a heavy payload. But I wanted to do it anyway, just because I can. But I like using this engine right here, and it's called the Mammoth. According to this right here, the Mammoth. And this, I believe, is the most powerful engine in the game. For just like an engine all by itself. The other ones I like to use for like first stages is, where's that long one? It's in here somewhere. Here we go. The twin bore. This one right here. I like using this one quite a bit. Also for boosters, I like to use that one, because it's the same shape as the old orange tanks, and so it's the same width or whatever you call it anyway, so I like using that. As far as like final stage thrusters, I like using this. What's it called? The Skiff. That's a great one, and so is this one right here, which is called the Poodle. Kind of like middle stages, I like using this guy right here. I guess it's called the Kodiak. I've also used the Kodiak here for like boosters before. It's not the greatest, but I'll show you my two favorite engines though. I love using this one. What's it called? The Mastodon. If you use this with this guy right here, you can actually create a pretty powerful engine. But as you can see here, I've made an even more powerful engine by using this part and just adding these monsters right here, these the mammoths. So as you guys are gonna see here, yeah, it's way over the top. Like I said, I just wanted to make something that's so stupid powerful, just for the kicks and giggles. Really, it's all I wanted to do. You want to see over the top? Yeah, this is gonna be over the top. Have you ever seen the ones where you have like a million rockets all the way around with the payload in the center? Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, let's see here. I kind of lost track of some of your chats. Let me catch up. All right, so yeah, Drek Forever, you're welcome. Yes, over the top. What's your delta V with that thing? Let's see. It should say here. Contracts. Let's see. Where's the show? I always forget where it shows us. 74,000. Is that what it said? I missed it. Bottom right. Oh, here we go. It says 6398 meters a second. So 7,400. I wish it was 74,000. That would be amazing. Drek Forever zoom. Oh yeah, so 6398. So almost 64. If we do it right. So yeah, this is all like just stupid amounts of ginormous rockets. So anyway, if you guys want to see a over the top rocket, this is what we're gonna see. So we're gonna fire this up. You're welcome, Dark Forever. Drek Forever, excuse me, sorry. Alright, so I'm gonna SAS. Look at the link. It's not showing any links at the moment. So I might have some kind of setting on here that's blocking links, which I have to apologize because I don't see it. Sorry, man. Sorry, Fatal Jake. I really do want to see it though. But I don't see the link. Sorry, I know, oof. Apologies. Forgive me of my sins. Please, please. Please, Jake. Alright. It's 1,000 times more over the top. Oh yeah, it's... Oh, are you talking about yours? Yeah, I'm sure it is. Is it a YouTube video? Like what's the channel called? I'll go and check it out later. All right. Oh, it's your own. Gotcha. Dude. Yeah, I don't know why I can't see it. I want to see it now. I want to see this monster creation you made. If you want, if you send it to the Blue Nebula Studios at gmail.com, I'll be able to see it. And if it's alright with you, maybe I could post it on my Twitter and give you a shout out. Alright. Also, apologies. I need to take a quick break because I've been on this for a little bit. I'll be right back if that's okay with you guys. Hang on tight, okay? Give me 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Give me 1 second to boot up this game. Alright, hopefully that didn't take too long. Alright, so Fatal Jake 4. I just sent you my email. Down there below. It's bluenebulastudios@gmail.com. If you send it there, I will show everybody your creation on my Twitter. So let's see, let's resume this flight. We gotta dump that first stage. Alright. And, let's see. Looks like I messed up some of the staging here. Oh boy. No, we're good. We're good. And so this thing, it needs to get pretty high. Not the high that I just made it sound like. It needs to get to a pretty high altitude. So let's see, let's move that there. And the reason being, so we're gonna have a really far out apoapse, like probably, I would say even as far as there, because what I'm gonna show you guys. Sent it. Fatal Jake, thank you very much. I'm gonna post it. You'll be able to see it there tomorrow on my Twitter. I believe it's Blue Nebula Studios on Twitter. I have 2 of them, and then the personal one's Blue Nebula Randy, but you'll see it on the Blue Nebula Studios Twitter page. All right. So let's see here. So let's deploy. Let's get rid of that fairing. Very nice. Let's also tilt this a bit. So I'm gonna show you how this mothership, drone mothership, works. All right. So you see here, you see all these little guys. These are CubeSats, and every single one of them is its own satellite. So they kind of pop off, and this bigger mothership, it flies around and just kind of drops them off wherever. And oh, you don't have a Twitter? Let's see here. But you got a Facebook, right? I'll post it on my the Blue Nebula Studios Facebook page as well. If you're cool with that. And then I'll just link it. Just Instagram. No worries, man. Let's see here. All right, so we're gonna spread the solar panels out. We're gonna zoom ahead. Warp. Get ready for our maneuver. But yeah, that rocket that I've made here, it's definitely over-engineered. It doesn't need to be that big to launch that mothership. The drone mothership that I created into space. But it sure was fun. So so that's what we're all trying to do here. We're just trying to have a good time. Fire the engines. All right. I like these. It's fun. They're fun. Alright, so we're getting closer to circularizing. I do have an Instagram, by the way, Jake, on the Blue Nebula. I probably won't be posting your Snapchat or your screenshot there, only for the one reason because it's my art page, and so I post all my artwork on that channel. However, but like I said, the Facebook and the Twitter is more for talking to the community and sharing stuff. But yeah, so. However, I might make an excuse if I take some which I have been. I've been taking some screenshots of this gameplay. I'll show you some fun stuff. Or maybe I'll or blah, blah, blah. I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. It's getting late. And my brain is turning off. What I'm trying to say is I'll probably post it on the Insta, maybe not, but I can't promise on that one. But for sure, the Twitter and the Facebook. Alright, so let's... Alright, so now that we got this really high Apple apps, let's turn off that node, or that maneuver. We're going to want to switch to a prograde when we get to the Apple apps. In fact, what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to drop off one of our nodes right now. One of our CubeSats. Right when we get to... Actually, it doesn't even matter where we drop it off, really. Ooh, I might sneeze, you guys. Hold on. Nope, we're good. This sandbox? No, this is career. I did get into the cheat menu to kind of help with setting this whole thing back up again to where my old save was. So that's what I did here. I did not want to restart completely. So what I did is I took all my ships I built on the save files and transferred them over to this brand new save so I can have all the cool biome stuff. But yeah, starting over did not sound like fun to me, so I was like, I'm not starting over. I refuse. I don't want to. So anyway, if I can there we go, got it. I want to extend this antenna. So this is gonna be the first CubeSat that we send out. We're gonna dump this one. Bam. Now this guy will follow this orbit that we just created. Not perfectly, because obviously, as you can tell, we just launched it forward a little bit. And there it goes. So long, CubeSat. And I want this little guy to face a prograde direction. Whoop, 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 whoop. There we go. Now, you have to kind of think about it, but this little thing right here is the tail. And no, I did not think about the shape until later on after I made them, but this is the back end, and this is the front. So, make fun of the shape if you want, but it's the shape we're gonna keep, so... Oh, jeez. Alright, so let's warp ahead now. Probably what I'm gonna do... Actually, let's do the prograde. I have an idea. How to drop off the next one. So we're gonna prograde. We're gonna have another CubeSat. This will create a lot of space junk, but I think I'm okay with it. So the next CubeSat we're dropping off is gonna be in this new orbit that we just made. So let's extend this antenna. And we're gonna drop it off. So decouple. So long. So that's 2 CubeSats. Let's go to here. And now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lower my Apple apps on this side and drop and create like a new orbit. So it'll kind of make like a little flower petal look. So let's retrograde. Yeet. Yeet. Is that an acronym, or am I just being old school again? I don't know. I'm so dated. It's alright. Alright, so we're gonna lower that down. That works. Alright, we're gonna dump another one. CubeSat number 3. Where you at? So let's extend that antenna to make sure we don't lose it, because that would be a shame to lose control of our CubeSat over a signal. Alright, so we're dropping off that guy. And now what I want to do is change this up. Now we want to make a polar orbit, so add maneuver. Let's see here. Let's just keep going a little bit more. Then do a retrograde. It's an expensive burn. But I'm okay with it. There we go. Excellent. So, in fact, I think I'd be okay if it, oh, I guess we have to make the orbit first, so let's do that. Then we'll widen this a little bit more, but so far I'm happy with it. And this isn't exactly a perfect circle of an orbit anyway. They could hit one day. It's true, they could. I hope they don't though. They are CubeSats, so they're pretty small, so it's I don't know. But you're right. It's very possible that they can hit one day just because of what I did with these 2 points right here. So if they do hit, um, I think I'll be okay with it because we can just launch many more, and also the situation would be kind of realistic for today's orbital climate because there's a lot of space junk, and we gotta figure out how to make it go away. Which I was planning to do on my last save. However, of course, I deleted that world like that with the Thanos glove, and now it's gone. So now there's this new world that we created. All right, so let's spider robots. All right, let's see here. Prograde. I want to then take over spider robots, then take over the Earth. Let's see here. Which create their own AI, then take over the Earth. Yes, nanotechnology. It'll eat the entire world up. So let's see here. I want to warp ahead. Let's warp ahead. We'll make sure that we don't have like these little points where they're sharing space, so that we don't have that eventual collision that you're talking about. So if we go to our Apple apps here, do just a little prograde, then they'll never touch. Never ever ever. Look at those guys. Oh, look, they are coming close. You're right. I mean, relatively, they're actually pretty far away, but like I can see what you're talking about. One day, they will hit and explode into a beautiful ring of debris. Okay. Prograde. Just a little one, not a big one. There we go. Now they'll never touch. I wish you could make nanotechnology, Drek. That would be kind of fun, actually. Alright, so now we got our new orbits, which means we are in the next order of business. Let's grab this guy. This one wants to go, I can tell. I can see it on its face. And let's decouple it. So long! Alrighty. Now the next thing I'm gonna do, maybe if I can pull it off, I want to do a retrograde, and I'm gonna try to see if I can make it collide with Kerbin, just so I can let this thing fall to its eventual doom. So I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think there's enough fuel in this to fall back into the planet, but we'll see what we can do. Oh, maybe we can. Nope, we can't. There you go. That's the most we're gonna get. So, just dump it. So long. Now this is the final stage of the mothership. Let's go back to a prograde. Actually, we can't because we'll flip around, we'll hit this thing, and it'll break the solar panels. So I guess what we could do is just push it away. Easy. Now we can do a prograde, and I hope we don't hit it. So we're gonna start moving. We're gonna do some flying here. Oh. Oh! That was not good. Did we lose anything? Collided into the RA relay antenna, but didn't break it. We're okay. That's a tough antenna, though. We broke the engine. Alright, so let's see. Let's prograde again. And also, what I want to do is let's kind of make like a... Make it look like an atom, or like a... What are those called? Electrons. Around the atom. There we go. That's cool. A little bit more. There we go. Perfect. We'll switch over. And... Doesn't have to be perfect, but let's see. Let's just get it close enough. And then we'll do our burn. 16 seconds to change our tilt. Very nice. Bam. Alright. Let's turn that down. And I'm going to flip over to this end before we drop off another CubeSat. Just so we can make the orbits different. And this also will make for a really nice relay network. So, let's see. Do we want to make it larger or smaller? We're going to make it larger. So prograde this. Prograde this orbit. Make it a little bit bigger. There we go. And I do need to like come maybe right here. And we're going to do a radial. Because that would be... I'm not sure if it'll be cheaper, but less warp time. Alrighty. Let's see, add maneuver. Right there. We'll do a radial, just a little bit like that, like so, like you do. Another maneuver here. And bam, that's all we need. Now the orbits, they don't match. None of the CubeSats will crash 100 years from now. Or a week from now, we don't know. At least I don't know. Maybe one of you guys are like like some kind of super genius and can figure it out. But it's not me. Not this channel. Nah, this channel we kind of wing it. We just kind of hope it works. So, we ain't NASA. We don't know how to... We don't know how to make all those fancy calculations. So, I just know that if you prograde and retrograde, certain things are going to happen. But if you want like a perfect calculated route, you won't find it on this channel. But you will find some funnier mishaps and mistakes. Alright, let's see here. Just to make this tilt a little bit more. That looks cool. I like it. And the orbit's a little bit different. Ooh, I'm yawning. Oh my goodness. Alright. Where did that yawn come from? We may never know. Alright. I'm okay with 47 seconds away. At this point, I don't really care about being super precise. I just want it to float around the Earth in a different tilt, so... There we go. Close enough. And then we'll flip around again. Probably just like right here. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then we'll do a radial. Let's see here. I just want it to go to the right a little bit. There we go. Fancy pantsy. That still looks good. I'm okay with that one. So we'll switch over like so. And let's see, warp. And that's good enough for me. Fire it up. Bam. Come back here. Drop off another one of these guys. Extend antenna. And decouple. So long, CubeSat. We'll see you again, never. And, alright, so let's go back here. And make another tilt. It's almost equatorial right at that point. Let's see here. That looks good. I like that. So let's change our to the maneuver node. And actually warp to the maneuver node now. Let's see here. Okay. Alright. Warp ahead. And there we go. Ah, we passed it. That's okay. That's a-okay. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking for just good enough. Just good enough. Alright, so we got that. How much fuel do we got? We're almost out of fuel, so. And we still got a couple of CubeSats. We got 2 CubeSats. And we're going to dump one right now. So we just need to make one more maneuver to reposition the CubeSat. So let's extend the antenna. There goes our homeboy CubeSat over there. What is that number? That's number 6. This is number 7. So long, CubeSat. As you go into another direction. Now I'm gonna do this. So let's do a. So if I go any further, then it's practically a equatorial orbit at this point. So maybe what we could do, we can do a retrograde burn, because this will be cheaper, and we're almost out of fuel. So we can bring it lower, about this much. Flip over to the apoaps, warp here. Then do another retrograde and bring down this periaps. Okay, like so, like you do. And that should give us enough fuel to reposition the mothership to another orbit. So let's extend this guy right here. And the reason I just kind of shrunk the orbit for this one was for the reason that it will just be in a different place always than its similar tilted counterpart orbit from one of its little brothers. And that'll be good for coverage for our drones, because when you first start off, when there's nothing floating around your planet, there's blind spots actually around Kerbin on low orbits, and you'll lose control of your drones if you don't have a pilot or anything. Yeah, there's some spots where there's no signal. So like this Sputnik right here would probably lose some of its signal because of how low it is to the ground, because there's little spots here, like this ocean right here. It struggles, even though there's a spot right here where it gets signal. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. There's blind spots, and you lose control of your craft, and that sucks. So that's why we're doing this thing with the CubeSats. Honestly, this looks a lot cleaner than the last one, than our last save that we did. So let's see here. This is our, we got what? Are they all gone? We got one left. And I don't think we dropped it off. So yeah, this is the orbit I wanted to leave this guy at. So long. And we'll start making our new orbit. Let's see here. I want to do it like this. Cover up this last gap. It's an expensive burn, but that's it, because we're going to use the last of our fuel to do this. And we need to retrograde that a little bit, because it's way out there. Okay. And there you have it. We just turned Kerbin into a giant relay network. Alright. And now everybody's shooting their signals all over the place. And, we got to flip around. There you go. Easy peasy. Our little CubeSat's still following us. How cute. Look at that guy. Anyway, so let's do our 17-second burn. And I want to do it right here, so I want to see this CubeSat fly away. So, you guys ready? So 3, 2, 1. So long, CubeSat. It was nice knowing you. And now it's gone. I like the wings, even though they're made out of solar panels. Okay, that should be the last position for our relay network. Now, I hope that button I just pressed got everybody linked up. I guess we'll find out. Anyway, looks like they're all bouncing their signals around, so that's nice. It looks a little bit clustered, but as the time goes on, I'm hoping it'll separate. Like so. That's why we did smaller orbits like this, so they can kind of swing around and get a little bit mixed up. So anyway, there you go. That's how you make a relay network. Or that's one way to make a relay network. There we go. You see that? Now it's in a nice star shape. That's what we want. Got signal coverage all over. Now there won't be any drones running out of signal and falling out of the sky. So, bam. Nailed it. Mission accomplished. Space Center again. So now we gotta build another one of our ships that we didn't get that we did finish in the other saved game. I did bring a lot of our stuff over. Let's see here. We got the INKSS. I don't even remember what that stood for. That stream is gone now. We could send over this little rover to the moon. Should we do that? Let's do that. I want to send this to the moon. So, I did kind of test it out. And it's, is that the right one that we want? I'm a little worried of the position. Let's see here. I guess what I could do is I can do move. And we can center this a little bit. And then bring it down. Oh, I guess we can't bring it down. Alright. That's okay, I suppose. Let's grab this. No, we're gonna want a bigger one. Or do we? Yeah, I want a bigger one. Let's get a bigger tank. Get this one. We're gonna color it orange so I know that this is what's gonna be inside the fairing. Engines. Bam. We'll stick that in there. And we'll kind of do what we did with the last one. We'll put some separatrons pointed upward, so it sends the craft down and violently destroys it. And hopefully it'll be completely destroyed this time. So there we go. And this should be in the same stage as the decoupler. There we go. Yes. Alright. Coupling again. Let's go back in here. Add that. And there should be a fairing now at this point, because this is the payload. So we'll do that. Oh. There we go. That looks good. I'm gonna color it black so it looks cool. That is one fat fairing. I don't know. I don't think I like it being that wide. I think I'm gonna delete it. I'm gonna try a different one. Let's get the next one up. Like this. Ah. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. It's those wheels are a lot wider than you think. Alright. I made it a little bit pointier to make it more aerodynamic. Alright, let's see here. I think I like this. So far this is better. Let's get a bigger tank now. Which size are we looking for? I think they're in here. Yeah. Put that in there. We're gonna add a rhino. And yeah, that's good. We're okay with that. It's not a very good final stage rocket, so now that's my next qualm with this rocket. With the way the staging is. I mean, like this one's great, but this one here, this is more of like a middle stage. Unless we make the tank smaller, then it might be okay. So we could do this. Then it's more appropriate for a final stage. So let's try that. We can test it. We can always find out. Let's see what we got here. Harry Stone. That's quite the name. Harry Stone, thank you. Much love. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Alright, so let's see here. Let's get a new engine. Rhino. They're gonna be rhinos. I mean, that's the best one for these kind of missions. So yeah, we're sticking a rhino in here. And see, coupling. I want to add another one of these and make a bigger tank down here in the bottom. Excuse me. Alright. And I'm going to add... What we could do now, we can add a little bit more fuel in the bottom. Okay. Now hear me out. Okay, just follow me here. We're gonna put this here. Add this, and we would have quite the powerful first stage. Let's do the auto strut thing here real quick. Let's do... I believe it's root part. That will help it. Yeah. I believe it's root part. For the auto strut setting that I'm looking for here. Alright, mastodons. We're throwing some on here. And I'm gonna take out some of the cover here. Let's see. Let's just go with bare. And then we're gonna add one right here. Bam. Now, this should be an okay rocket. Should be stable. If it starts to crack in a little bit, then we can make some changes to the settings real fast. Not a big deal. So I'm looking for... There we go. Just add some winglets in there. So, let's see here. So, auto struts. I don't know. Sure, heaviest part, why not? It's gonna be root part. Okay. I'm hoping this stays stable. Okay. And you. Okay. And I believe it's ready. So let's send it up. Red Rover, send Jebediah over. Okay. SAS. Let's launch it up. Oh. There we go. I did something funny with the staging there. But we're good. Oh, look at this. The nav ball's a little wonky. I don't know. This is gonna get confusing. We might have to flip the rover over. Because I can't fly sideways. It's like having your eyeball sideways. Also, it's making a fuss on how we can control this thing. Oh my gosh. Okay. Controlling this thing is not easy. I mean, but it's a good rocket. It's doing what it's supposed to. Okay, this is what we're gonna have to do. So we're gonna have to revert the flight. Because I can't control it the way it is right now. So... If I add that... Maybe we can control it from that spot. We have to adjust our fairing too. I'm gonna add a reaction wheel. Okay. Auto struts. Let's just do root parts and see how that works out. Okay. Edit fairing. Okay. And I'm hoping it will let me have the option to control from there. Control point. Oh, here we go. This is probably what we would want. So maybe control point up. Oh, hey, there's more colors to the rover now. I didn't know this. Let's see. There's a white one. It's kind of silvery looking, actually. We gotta check this out. Ooh, and the gold one? Oh, we're going gold. That looks nice. Yes, we're going gold. Alright. They did a lot of stuff, a lot of changes. I like it. Let's send this up. Let's try that out. Maybe it'll fix the nav ball now because that's confusing. If it doesn't work, we'll have to turn the rover up on its side. Oh, that looks better. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. We gotta fix the staging though. There we go. Alright, start doing our gravity turn. Oh, this is a nice steady rocket. I like it. Very easy to control. So the first stage is going well. You can almost just sit back and relax at this point. Just, yeah. Alright. Let's check this out. Okay. We're starting to get above the Sputnik line. First stage is taking us up quite a ways. That's good. And we can start turning a lot more aggressively now. There we go. Dump that first stage. Dump the fairing. And alright. Now we start circularizing. Unless the moon is in a good position, then maybe we don't have to circularize. We can just go straight for the moon. In this case, we can't. We cannot. That's okay though. So we'll just retrograde here. It's kind of hard to see with all those CubeSats everywhere, but we need it because when we have missions like the one we're doing right now, if we hit a blind spot, we lose control of the whole thing. And then we might have to scrub the mission because then you're like way off course. Or you can try to salvage it, but that's a pain in the butt. For some reason, I'm the kind of person that tries to salvage it. If I can't, then I abandon it, but I'll do what I can to save it. So we're going to warp ahead. And, alright. So it says 56 seconds. Ooh. It's quite the burn. I don't know if we're going to have enough power for that. But like I said, this is just a test, really. See if this rocket can actually get that rover to the moon. We'll find out. I think it will. It looks good to me. They'll probably use almost all the fuel in that stage, though, in order to circularize. But I think we're good. And honestly, we don't even need to make the circle this big. We can just stop right there. Save some fuel. And we can actually just eyeball it here. We're gonna add the maneuver. Probably, I think the moon's gonna probably be like right here by the time we swing around again. So that's where we're gonna raise the apoaps. Boom, nailed it. The moon's easy to eyeball too. It's not hard at all. There we go. 17-second burn. This will definitely not cover it, but it'll get us part of the way. So we'll just use the rest of the fuel here. And then we'll dump this stage, and then we'll just keep going. Alright, last stage. Throw that out. 9-second burn. Oh boy, come on, rocket. Now this is not the most fuel efficient engine for your final stage. So like I wouldn't recommend using a Rhino for your final stage. Because, oh look at that, we passed it. I should have been keeping an eye on it. I know what happened though. So what happened was, because we were lighter, the little calculation thing that we had going there, it didn't take into account our lighter weight. So we're gonna have to, let's see here. We have to make some adjustments. A little. I don't know how we got so far off. There we go. Still, that's good enough. 4 seconds more. I think I'm okay with that. I'm gonna try something else. Maybe we can change this up just a bit. 3 seconds. There we go. Save the second. Alright, so we're gonna maneuver node. 45 seconds from our next burn, so let's kind of warp ahead just a bit. I want to stop like right there. Now you can hit the period and comma buttons to change your warp speed, but I just prefer to click on the actual route. Just like know that the warp is gonna stop where I want it to stop. That's just me. I mean, you guys can do it however you like. Okay. Now we enter the moon's gravity right here. So this is probably what we're gonna want to retrograde. Whoop, too much. There we go. So that's a 6-second burn. That's not bad. So we'll just warp right there to that spot. Hit the maneuver node. And then we'll try to land on our camp once we circularize. Which is right there. I can see it, so... Alright. Warp ahead a little bit further. I want to do the, or I want to get it to about 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Okay. That looks good. And then we'll start burning maybe 5 seconds before the node. Right there. And then we should circularize, and there we are. Bam, perfect. Now the next bit, what I'm gonna try to do here, add maneuver. We could probably just start retrograding and just fall straight onto the camp. I don't know if we can do it this far out though. It's kind of crazy. Let's lower our orbit a bit. Let's warp here. We're gonna do a retrograde burn. Jeez, why is this taking so long? A little bit more. There we go. To the periaps. Ah, we passed it. That's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. That's good enough. Then right here, we'll just add another maneuver. We can retrograde from here and make a nice drop to our camp. Now, normally when you're landing, you want to overshoot your target. Okay. Bam. Reason you want to overshoot your target is because the moon is rotating underneath you, and so what's going to happen is the spot that you have indicated to land is actually going to kind of shift in the direction of the rotation. So something to keep in mind. So I'm trying to overshoot the camp. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. And I want there to be a good amount of arc, because right about here somewhere is where I want to start making some adjustments. So I think I'm gonna do that. There we go. Alrighty then. Let's warp ahead. Zoom! Okay, and then we'll start landing. Oh, as you can see here, look at that. It shifted quite a bit actually. So I'm gonna move this over. This is what I'm talking about. Because everything moves and shifts around, you need to move the maneuver node. So let's warp ahead. I like this arc. It's a good one. It's a good arc. Let's move ahead some more. 4 seconds till. Alright, so we got... Bam. Okay. That looks pretty darn good. Now we are on a course to land on the moon. Let's see here. I just realized that this thing is set to relay, and that's annoying. So we're gonna set it to rover, so it looks appropriate in the map. We're going to warp ahead. Set this to retrograde, so when we're done warping, we can start slowing ourselves down. Looks like we still got 2 stages, which is great. It's got a little bit of fuel on this stage, so we'll let's see here. We'll start thinking about slowing down here in a bit, but not right now. So if we retrograde now, oh, you know what? That doesn't affect it too much at all. So yeah, let's slow ourselves down right now. So let's use the rest of the fuel. Boom. Gone. Forget about it. Let's just get rid of it. And then we'll just use that engine to thrust that away. So we're probably going to need to do a radial burn on this in order to get to the camp. So it appears... Let's see, it looks like they are in that crater. Third one from the bottom. So... there we go. We'll purposely overshoot it just a bit. That way we can retrograde and kind of slow ourselves down. Okay, so let's move over to the maneuver position. Warp ahead. We probably should F5, so we're going to do that too while we're getting closer. 10 seconds from our node. 2-second burn, so... okay. Everything is looking great. I'm excited. So this is going very well. We can probably do another radial burn. Fall almost dead center on the center of that crater. Three-second burn. We got plenty of fuel to burn. Like stupid amounts. Alright. So. Warp ahead. Oh look, there goes our Apollo-style moonlander. Just taking off. Alright. So it's a little bit off. It's not quite on top of the camp. There we go. So let's do that adjustment. It's not even a full second burn, so we're just doing mini adjustments at this point. Okay. And now we'll start retrograding a bit when we get closer. Oh yeah, we're gonna fall right on top of it. And if we miss it, that's okay. I mean, it's a rover, so we can just drive to our camp. So, looking good, rover. Okay. Now we're gonna start burning. Ooh, shoot. I may have done it a little late. I think we're gonna be okay though. Oh, maybe not. Oh, we're coming in fast. We're coming in really fast. They're not gonna make it. Oh, you guys. Oh no. Our poor little guy here. Let's see, what can we do about this? 20 meters a second. We don't have any RC. I forgot to put monopropellant on this, so it's probably gonna break. We'll find out. Oh, it did not. It is bouncing around quite a bit though. No, 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 no. No. Ah, darn it. Oh well. Probably would have been able to save it had I put monopropellant on this guy, but not today. No, sometimes this happens. It's fine. And it's still bouncing. Oh my goodness. I mean, it might still run. Yeah. It kind of runs. It's beat up pretty bad though. But there you go. Rover that can't do anything except drive. Has no what's exploding out there? My goodness. Anyway, we'll do better next time. So we're just gonna revert the flight back to vehicle assembly, and we're gonna just add the monopropellant, and so we can remember it for next time. So let's add monopropellant. Let's see, do we need this much? That's probably too much. Probably stick it in like that. And then you can do the moving bit right there. That looks good. Not too cumbersome. Do got a little bit of a satellite on that one. Or a satellite antenna. Okay, and then we're going to do the move tool here. This should be plenty enough monopropellant to help us steer on our descent for the next time. So let's save this. So Red Rover. he kind of had a flipping problem. I did notice also when I was driving it that when I did the turns, it would kind of flip. And so we probably should. I'm deciding maybe we should make the wheels wider so it doesn't flip when you try to turn. So I'll probably make it wider when we come back to this. So, but anyway, I'm getting a little bit tired. So as you can tell, I'm starting to slur my words a lot more than I usually do. So, yes, I think I'm gonna call it. But you guys, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. So I hope you liked it, and then I hope to see you guys again. Woo Death Trap. Again, thank you very much. Really do appreciate it. You helped my tiny little channel out grow quite a bit tonight, and so I'm very grateful, and also very grateful for all you guys that followed me tonight. So, I hope to see you guys again, because I had fun doing this, and we're gonna finish this mission next time. So, I'll be on tomorrow, and yeah, so we'll land our rover, make some improvements before we do that, but yeah, so let's see, let's close this out, save, we're good. See you guys later.